Ladies and gentlemen, are you breathing? Then you will face challenges. It is the undeniable truth of this journey we call life. Tonight, we are not going to pretend that life is a smooth, predictable path. No, we are going to delve into the very heart of adversity to understand its nature, to learn how to not just endure it, but to rise above it, stronger and more resilient than ever before. We are here to equip you with the mindset and the tools to accept life's inevitable challenges and, more importantly, to overcome them. Think for a moment about a young man who dreamed of playing professional sports. He poured his heart and soul into his training, day in and day out, sacrificing everything for his passion. Then one fateful day, a devastating injury shattered his dreams. The doctors told him he might never walk properly again, let alone compete. Imagine the darkness, the despair that enveloped him. Everything he had worked for, everything he had envisioned for his future seemed to have been ripped away in an instant. But something remarkable happened. Instead of succumbing to bitterness and resignation, he chose a different path. He channeled his energy, his discipline, his unwavering spirit into a new goal, helping others overcome their physical limitations. He went back to school, studied relentlessly, and became a renowned physical therapist, dedicating his life to guiding others back from the brink. That, my friends, is the power of acceptance, coupled with the unwavering will to overcome. It's about finding strength not in the absence of challenges, but in your response to them. Challenges are not roadblocks designed to halt your progress. They are tests designed to reveal your true potential. They are opportunities for growth, for the development of inner strength you never knew you possessed. The question is not whether you will face adversity, but how you will choose to respond when it inevitably arrives. Will you crumble under the weight of the burden, or will you stand tall, draw upon your inner reserves, and find a way forward? The first step in overcoming any challenge is acceptance. This doesn't mean resigning yourself to defeat or pretending that the difficulty doesn't exist. It means acknowledging the reality of the situation, understanding its impact, and allowing yourself to feel the emotions that arise. Denying the challenge or suppressing your feelings only prolongs the pain and hinders your ability to move forward. Acceptance is about facing the truth, however uncomfortable it may be, and saying, okay, this is where I am. Now, what can I do? Once you have accepted the challenge, the next crucial step is to shift your focus from the problem to the solution. It's easy to get bogged down in the why me, or to dwell on the unfairness of the situation. While it's natural to experience these emotions, dwelling on them will only keep you stuck. Instead, ask yourself empowering questions. What can I learn from this experience? What resources do I have available? What small steps can I take right now to start moving in a positive direction? This shift in focus from victimhood to agency is paramount. Remember that you are not alone in facing challenges. Every single person on this planet has encountered their share of difficulties, setbacks, and moments of despair. Reach out to your support network, your family, your friends, your mentors. Sharing your burdens can lighten the load and provide you with valuable perspective. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Strength is not about being invincible. It's about knowing when to lean on others. Furthermore, cultivate resilience by focusing on what you can control. In any challenging situation, there will be elements that are beyond your influence. Wasting your energy trying to change the unchangeable is futile and draining. Instead, direct your efforts towards the aspects you can impact: your attitude, your effort, your choices. Taking proactive steps, no matter how small, can create a sense of momentum and empower you to navigate the situation more effectively. Finally, remember that challenges are temporary. They are not permanent fixtures in your life, but rather experiences that you will move through. Maintain a sense of hope and a belief in your ability to overcome. Visualize yourself succeeding, focus on your past triumphs, and draw strength from those memories. Your mindset is a powerful tool. Cultivate a positive and resilient inner dialogue, reminding yourself of your strength, your capabilities, and your unwavering determination to not just survive, but to thrive in the face of adversity. The journey of truly thinking outside the box begins with a fundamental shift in perspective, a conscious decision to dismantle the invisible walls that confine our thoughts. These walls are not built of brick and mortar, but of ingrained assumptions, societal norms, and the limiting beliefs we unknowingly adopt. We become comfortable within the familiar confines of established thinking patterns, often mistaking the boundaries of our current understanding for the limits of possibility itself. The young woman transforming discarded fabric wasn't bound by the conventional definition of waste. She possessed the vision to see beyond the immediate and recognize latent potential. This capacity for reimagining, for seeing the world through a different lens, is not a rare gift, but a dormant ability within us all, waiting to be ignited by a deliberate act of mental liberation. The first and perhaps most challenging step in this liberation is the rigorous interrogation of our own assumptions. We operate daily based on a multitude of beliefs, many of which we've inherited or absorbed without critical examination. These assumptions act as mental filters, dictating what we perceive as possible and limiting the range of solutions we consider. To break free, we must cultivate a habit of questioning. Why do I believe this to be true? What evidence supports this belief? Are there alternative perspectives I haven't considered? This requires intellectual humility, a willingness to acknowledge that our current understanding is not necessarily the only or the best understanding. It's about challenging the way things have always been done, not out of mere contrarianism, but from a genuine desire to explore uncharted territory. Beyond scrutinizing our internal framework, actively cultivating a broad and diverse range of knowledge is essential fuel for innovative thinking. Our brains are wired to make connections, and the more diverse the information we feed them, the more novel and unexpected those connections can be. Inspiration often lies at the intersection of seemingly disparate fields. A breakthrough in one area might find its analog or solution in a completely unrelated discipline. Read voraciously. Engage in conversations with people from different walks of life. Expose yourself to new cultures and experiences. This deliberate expansion of our intellectual horizons provides the raw material for creative synthesis, allowing us to see patterns and possibilities that would otherwise remain invisible. Furthermore, our relationship with failure must undergo a radical transformation. In a society that often stigmatizes mistakes, venturing beyond conventional thinking inevitably involves the risk of falling short. However, true innovation is rarely a linear process. It's often a series of experiments, iterations, and yes, failures. Each misstep provides valuable data, illuminating what doesn't work and guiding us towards more effective solutions. Viewing failure not as a final judgment, but as a crucial learning opportunity is paramount. It allows us to persevere, to adapt our approach, and ultimately to arrive at breakthroughs that might never have emerged from a purely cautious and risk-averse mindset. The most groundbreaking ideas often arise from a willingness to try, to fail, and to learn from those failures. Finally, the environment we cultivate around ourselves significantly influences our capacity for unconventional thought. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who simply validate our existing beliefs creates an echo chamber that stifles creativity. Instead, seek out those who challenge your assumptions, who offer differing viewpoints, and who are comfortable with ambiguity and the exploration of novel ideas. Foster brainstorming sessions where judgment is suspended, where even the most outlandish suggestions are welcomed and explored. This creates a safe space for intellectual risk-taking where the fear of criticism is replaced by the excitement of collaborative discovery. Silencing that internal critic, that voice of self-doubt that whispers it can't be done, and instead nurturing a mindset of possibility and a belief in our inherent creative potential is the ultimate key to unlocking the power of thinking outside the box. In closing, the journey to mental liberation and innovative thinking is a continuous process of self-awareness, relentless curiosity, and a fundamental shift in our relationship with both assumptions and setbacks. It demands a conscious effort to dismantle the self-imposed walls of our mental boxes, brick by invisible brick, by actively questioning our ingrained beliefs and seeking out perspectives that challenge our own. Embrace the discomfort of venturing into uncharted intellectual territory, for it is in these spaces of uncertainty that the seeds of truly original ideas take root and flourish. Cultivate a voracious appetite for knowledge from diverse fields, recognizing that inspiration often lies in the unexpected connections between seemingly unrelated concepts. Reframe your perception of failure not as a sign of defeat, but as an indispensable guidepost on the path to discovery. Surround yourself with a community that fosters intellectual courage and celebrates the exploration of unconventional ideas. Silence the inner critic that stifles creativity and instead amplify the voice of possibility. The unwavering belief in your capacity to see beyond the limitations of the present. The power to think outside the box is not a mystical endowment, but a practical skill, a mindset that can be cultivated and honed through deliberate practice. It is about unlocking the extraordinary potential that resides within each of us, waiting for the courage to break free from the confines of conventional thought and embrace the boundless landscape of innovation. The most transformative solutions, the most groundbreaking advancements lie just beyond the edges of our current understanding, waiting to be envisioned by minds that dare to look beyond the familiar.